for a couple days now, I've been talking about, as they increasingly lose basketball games and fall down the rankings of where they are more likely, if LeBron and AD do not come back and they don't make something move here with Andre Drummond or maybe LaMarcus Aldridge, somebody to solidify that front court for that back or that front court for him. This is a team that could be looking at a play-in game to get into the playoffs when the guys get back and get healthy, if they do.
Yeah, no, it's a good point. I don't know that they'll fall that far. I think they'll be back soon enough to keep it from getting to that point. But here's a big difference. Okay, if you end up in even say the 4-5, you are now going to have to play. You're going to play your tail off to get out of the first round, and then immediately get the 1 seed. So there's no easy path. If you end up where they should have, which is like 1 or 2. Not that 7 or 8 is going to be a pushover. There's some good teams down there, too. I mean, you could get a Dallas team with Luka Doncic on it potentially. So you got good teams down there, too. But you're not going to sweat that out the way that you are now with this path. And there's no doubt these teams are coming for them. And I think they stood pat because they believe their big acquisitions took place in the summer. They added Dennis Schroeder, they added Montrezl Harrell to go to a championship team that's already got 2 of the top 5 players in the NBA on it, in Anthony Davis and LeBron James. So that's the way they viewed it. And that happens some years. Everybody gets busy at the trading deadline, and some teams say, well, wait a second, we already made our moves in the summer. And so it feels a little bit more like, earth-shattering to Lakers fans say, yeah, we didn't do anything. Well, yeah, they did a lot, actually, in the offseason. But the question is going to be, do they get back enough time, and does Anthony Davis stay healthy once he does come back to be able to make this run again through a much tougher top of the West? And it's not in the bubble anymore. This is going to be now different. You're going to have to travel, whether it's crowds in the building or not. It's just a different environment than what they faced a year ago in the bubble when the conditions were perfect for veteran players like LeBron and AD to take that wear and tear off their bodies and be able to have that run. That's now added back into the mix with some, possibly serious travel here in the postseason. So it's just a different element now for the Lakers than it was. I thought it was a foregone conclusion they were going to win the championship before the season. I said, why even play? Let's just play 10 games and play the playoffs, because I didn't see any team being able to do it, but Brooklyn obviously changed all that by adding James Harden, so that immediately changed that conversation. And now with what Denver has done, with what the Clippers have done, with how good Utah's looked all year, Phoenix is interesting, but I think they're too young maybe to make that jump. And then even the top of the East, Philly, better than they have been, no question. Milwaukee, definitely the best option they've had since Giannis got there with the 3 guys they added. Miami adds Victor Oladipo to a team that went to the finals. Across the board, all of these teams making moves to get better. So the Lakers just found themselves in a much more crowded neighborhood.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.